We have to do that.
Welcome back, Internet friends, to part 2 of this episode. We are going to start with a giveaway. This is your last chance, #chaos at the break, to get in to win a set of Birds of Paradise. And while Thomas is setting that up, we got a sneak peek at 2 new unreleased Birds of Paradise designs.
They're so pretty.
They are very sparkly.
I want
There
them.
was a lot of sparkles going on. And you're right, I like the letter, the numbering was the very nice script on that. And big news, the code we have with Birds of Paradise, Chaotic, is now good for 20% off your dice instead of 15%. That's like 5% more.
It's about time.
Yeah, add
25% more than it was previously.
Get another
Or-
D10 so you can do those bonus and penalty dice. Although I don't think she does individual dice. Alas.
Alas and alas.
All right, here we go.
Let's get a winner.
And
He's not.
FF1 Vasquez 85.
Cool.
So the name is FF1 Vasquez 85?
Final Fantasy 1
Wow.
was a good.
That's
Yeah.
I don't remember the Vasquez character.
I don't know, but that's a
could
great
name-
vintage.
Weren't there
Name
what were the
them.
two guys who were in every Final Fantasy?
Not in every single one, but you're thinking Vixen Wedge?
I think so, yeah.
And yeah, they've kind of been around.
Oh, all right.
A minute.
I thought they were in every one, but
Well, they were more of like a Squaresoft thing, because I think they're in some other ones too. But I think that's like a particular
maybe
producer
Vasquez.
or
Maybe we didn't
something.
notice that.
Yeah, he's the one who's been
Vasquez
slipping
is
them
in there. Well, congratulations, FF1 Vasquez 85. Wow. That's a good password.
All you need is a special character.
Yeah, working a special character, you're good. So
Sorry.
I mean, we're all special characters, but we mean like the symbol.
no, so when we left last episode, we're doing the YouTube like new episode thing.
Yeah.
When we left last episode, Pops and Eugene were in a busted up train car cabin that had been the ladies' cabin, and 2 living corpses had assaulted them. Not really assaulted. They'd tried to take the bowls, and they got
So
3 of the
petty
bowls.
thievery.
Yeah, all right, yeah.
What we were going to do.
You were technically present, so it was burglary.
Yeah, I was about to.
Yeah.
Is that the difference?
Yeah. Oh man. So my
It was not armed burglary though.
No, it was at a previous employer I had. We got robbed, and I was always the first one there, and I was like, things kind of look weird, but I don't know. And I went to my desk, and my computer was fine and everything, but they'd taken almost everybody's computer and all this stuff, and so I called the police, and I said, we've been robbed, and the guy goes, and I said, it's been a robbery, and the guy goes, did the people who did it still on site? No. Then you've been burgled. I'm like,
Of all the moments to be a
thanks,
pedant,
officer.
like you're a pedant, but I can't imagine you being a pedant in that situation at that moment.
It was a lovely moment. The bedside manner of that policeman stayed with me.
He probably had a nightstick. And a bobby
It's a
hat.
fair point. It's a great point. Let's hope he knows which one is his taser. That's all. I'm white. He would.
You're not wrong.
So
I wouldn't. Careful with that. That's not necessarily.
Why are you
sometimes-
cautioning me?
No, sometimes police just they just don't care. Sometimes. I mean,
even when
Police
you're white,
actually
yeah.
kill more white people every year than black people. But
Don't- just
percentage-wise,
don't
Yes.
assume-
black people are killed more often than white people.
and yeah, there's
Because there's more white people.
Eugene released his children to go and retrieve the bowls, and they came back to the cabin, tapping on the window. They came back to Eugene's cabin.
Yeah, it was the boys' cabin.
Yeah, they came back to Eugene's cabin, where Pops was there to answer the knock, and Eugene made an excellent roll and managed to avoid Pops noticing what he threw in the bag, The problem is they then threw a hand out of the bag, and that's a lot harder to hide.
It only would have been better if I had said, like, I can explain this, and then the hand popped out. And then it's just like...
Pops is pretty sure there are squirrels in the bag.
We have to retcon it now. That has to be what happened.
I wish.
So when the balls came in, you know, I grabbed them and then I saw movement underneath and kind of squirrel colored.
Yeah, and then Eugene scooped in and put it in the bag, saving you from assault by squirrel. But then those squirrels assaulted somebody because there was a hand in there. And so, yeah, a hand hits the ground.
Eugene?
Oh.
There is a hand on the floor. Is the hand moving?
No.
Okay, I will pick up
Am
the
I
hand and
sure
drop it
that-
out the window.
Okay. And I'm just like, are you sure it's not moving?
He throws it out the window.
Would you believe you're having a dream?
No. No. I do, however, need to know about
Squirrels. Squirrels.
these. Tell me about them.
They are helpful magic squirrels from the book that we got from.
So
Four.
this book has cursed you.
No, we have the bowls back. It's helpful, but I try not to.
I'm a little fuzzy on what exactly
They're a
happened.
little fuzzy too. Okay, sorry.
No, that was good.
Nick, you need to speak up a bit.
Are they cute? And do they like nuts?
And bolts.
Do you remember the trap that I set back at the town we were at?
Yes,
where-
yes, the maze and the G trap.
And you remember what we found inside of it?
Do I? What was that?
It was
was
missing
a doll.
its arms. It was
Yeah, it was a little
doll.
ceramic doll.
They protect
Yes.
things. They're protectors. I made some of them to help us on our journey.
So you are telling me that you know magic?
I don't think I've actually thought about that before. It hasn't occurred. It's just like, oh, everything's weird. This is on the table.
I think I will require my own car from now.
How do I word this? Oh, because I was supposed to, they're harmless. Oh, tiger.
Did you just say, "Oh, tiger"?
No. But that was like internally, like, don't say that.
Not so much with the harmless.
I certainly don't want Tenzin to know he's keeping things from me.
There's so much going on. I think we need to get together
Oh, no.
with our friends.
No. The less people who know,
We are on a.
loose lips sink ships sailing through the sky.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Wow.
That's
You are right. But, the other,
The less people.
it is fine. Your bag is your bag. We will probably need to discuss at some point, but bigger picture, dead corpse. Corpse is dead. Corpse. Just say corpse. It is not a dead corpse.
Corpse.
Great band.
And when I walked into the car after speaking with Tenzin, all of the people in there were possessed, and they were telling me not to kill. I've already forgotten the name.
Coulson.
Do you actually know that? Do you say it? No, then I don't.
Oh.
No, I don't remember.
Right. So much happening. We will
Telling me not to kill someone though.
Okay, we will keep your squirrel secret. Secret squirrel.
Secret squirrels.
But Helen and I don't have the
Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn.
I don't know anybody's
You
name.
know what? I'm gonna give you a pass on this one because Ezra never freaking uses the names.
Gwendolyn and Helen, we must discuss what's happening. There's too much happening.
It's the bowls and the bodies and the possessed car full of people telling me not to kill someone,
Right.
but not the squirrels. We'll get to the squirrels at a later date when it's appropriate.
Squirrels at later date.
We cut to the outside where this poor Mr. Morris is making sure that you two ladies are very comfortably put up in your new room. And they've brought all your bags over.
But I don't see the staff.
You do not see the staff, no.
I will give Helen a don't say anything yet look.
And I smile.
So I'm going to leave my compatriot here. He'll be sitting on a bench outside at the front of this car. And if there's anything you need, you can speak to him. And we're so sorry.
Thank you. Thank you so much for everything that you've been doing. This has been just a terrible night, but you've been very helpful. Thank you.
Of course, of course. I certainly hope that this room is to your liking.
It's very comfortable. Thank you.
Yes.
Of course. He'll head out, and yeah, you as he heads out, you see there is a guy sitting on a little bit, a little pull down bench, just sort of sitting there like reading a book. He's very bored.
Good.
All right. And once the door closes behind us, I'm just gonna like. All right.
You did see that, yes.
See which?
You saw. I was lying there, and there was a knock on the door. And when I opened it, the things were there. and I tried to stop them, but two of them, they came in and grabbed me and...
Well, then they were very strong.
And they said, the bulls, the bulls, the bulls. And then they said, something about the llama is lying to you. And at first I was thinking, llamas, they don't talk. But then, the llama, Tenzin.
Right, yes, Tenzin.
And they kept saying, don't kill him. And it's like, why would I do that? And then he said he was a liar. And then they took the bulls. Luckily, they didn't find the staff, except we don't have the staff.
All right, let's, yes. Let's go check in with the gentlemen. Maybe they were able to get the stuff out, or...
And I don't have my guns either.
Where are they?
I thought they were under my pillow, but...
They're in your luggage. You moved them into your luggage after the porter.
All right,
With
so
a
we'll
little
find it.
too,
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. All right. But I couldn't find my gun to help.
Well, it was very, very confusing and a lot happening all at once. No, I understand.
Yes, but I had the book. Did you see how scared they were of the book?
Which book is that?
I was trying to remember the name of it.
Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Throwing a curveball there.
I was trying to remember the name of the book.
I can't remember if it's one we made up or if it was one from the... Was it from the vampire or...
I think it was from the vampire.
Yeah, I think it was from the vampire.
I'll just call it the vampire book.
Oh, the one that you got. Okay. Right, all right. So there's something about that makes them retreat?
Yes,
or
they were
something?
like no. And so that's why I was holding the book when you came in.
No, when the boys came in.
When I had the book.
All right, let's, I'm going very carefully. I take the bowls out from under my jacket where I've been like clutching them under my arm.
Oh.
And very carefully. All right, well,
Oh, good.
I've got 4 of them.
Yes. We need to hide them somewhere.
I'm going to keep them on my person, I think. If there are corpses that are able to, oh God. I'm sorry, I just heard that sentence out loud. If there are walking corpses that are able to get onto a fast-moving train in the middle of the night, I'm going to keep these on my person pretty much at all times.
And we need to let them know. Do they know we have them?
Oh, probably not.
Oh,
It
yeah,
was
we
a
need to
little
know.
bit
We
of
need to
a...
let them know. Yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, let's go check in with our gentleman friends and try to get a sense of what what exactly the hell is going on.
So you step out in the hallway, and of Three Kingdoms has given me 500 bits
Less
for the Duchess.
Oh,
The Duchess Fund.
The Duchess Fund is right there.
the Duchess comes up. We're not going to be able to get anywhere. She's going to have all these.
The Duchess
All the
always rolls with advantage,
Thank you, of Three Kingdoms.
Thank you.
except against fingers in her mouth.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
That's the other way around. Why do you keep?
but yeah, we'll
Yes.
go down to Eugene and Pops's door and just.
So you open the door, and they both jump a little. Like there's like a guilty start. As you,
Eugene has squirrels.
I'm sorry. What?
He's squirrely? What? Yes.
Yes.
What?
He has,
I'm sorry.
He has squirrels.
Scared us.
He's.
I do not have. No, don't mind him.
All right. Yes.
Is that a medical term I don't know?
The squirrels. He has the squirrels.
He has the squirrels.
It's not one that I've ever.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
And I'm gonna come in and close the door behind us.
Yes.
I was able to get 4 of the bowls from the corpse.
Ugh.
Well, then we're
still
down
holding the
to-
book. I'm still
we're
holding
down
the
to
book.
4. And I stare intensely at Dimitri.
And you can just see, like, you see Jordan Peele levels of sweat coming down.
Do I need to make a psychology roll
Yes.
for that?
Can we? I was going to say, can we
you
make
can
psych
both
rolls?
of you make
Yes.
psychology rolls. Sure.
Come on, try to
let's make
some
this-
sort of composure roll.
We'll make this opposed. Make a psychology roll, Tom.
I got one.
37 is gonna be 37.
Okay.
I got 38.
Regular success.
Is it
Regular.
success?
All right. So, he's definitely shifty, and he's sweating a lot. But it's been a weird day.
Yes.
Pops, are you all right?
Yes. Oh.
Are you
we
sure?
both got very sick. We both got the
Yes. The bulls. I believe Eugene found the other bulls.
You found them. How?
When I was outside, they
They went out the window.
ricocheted somehow.
Oh, they went out the window by you?
And you were able to catch.
Oh.
No, I didn't.
You-
They landed as they were rolling somehow.
Eugene Squirrels brought
and
them
I'm
in
just
their window.
glaring.
Eugene went squirrely out the window?
Eugene's-
It is. You mean sick?
Hold on.
There was a knock on the window, and then the bulls appeared when I opened it.
What are you? Shut up.
No. Keep talking.
What?
I think this is later.
Keep talking.
We can't trust Tenzin. As far as anyone is concerned, we only have 4 bulls.
Why?
How many do we actually have?
We have all the bulls.
Well, but yes. Well, the
What happened?
Hold on.
I'm sorry. I've. Takes another drink of vodka.
What do I roll for hate stare?
You've already got a critical success. You are. Daggers are being
Pops has
stared.
definitely got the non-eye contact. Just be like,
Pops, do you want to come into our room and talk about this? Are you sure?
yes.
he's had a few drinks.
Yes.
I have
that's
had
the
a few
point.
drinks.
Yes, that's the point. In vino veritas.
On an
and all
empty
that.
on an empty stomach.
On a recently emptied stomach.
Yes.
Right.
There's a hint of peach in the vodka.
Oh, delightful. I am not overly concerned about the how, but we have all of the bowls.
We have all of the bulls.
All right.
But Tenzin shouldn't know that we have all of the bulls.
Why not? The corpses were saying things about, don't trust him, don't trust the llama, don't trust the llama. But they were corpses.
Did you say the corpses were speaking?
Yes.
Yes.
They had intelligent conversation with us.
Yes.
They told me that either the bowls leave with them or they would snap Helen's neck.
When I first left after we spoke with Tenzin and came in the car, everyone in there was possessed. You saw
I
me.
saw that. Yes.
They were telling me not to kill.
Colsing.
Kalsing?
Kalsing, yeah.
Who is Kalsing?
Tenzin Kalsing. That's his whole name, don't you remember? He introduced himself.
No, I really don't like him.
I've gathered. Why are you
Because he's keeping things from us.
That wasn't actually the question.
What? Why I don't like him?
No, why are you along on this then if you don't trust him? Like this whole thing is his doing. We're about to go to a I'm gonna glance at the door to make sure that it's closed. We're about to go to a charnel ground to make instruments out of dead bodies. At his request.
Well, I'm not gonna do that.
But you are still a part of this journey.
Well, he definitely knows things, and I want to know what he knows.
All right, I'm just going to point this out, and you may do with this information what you like. He was able to sense the bulls in the museum. I think he's going to know that all of them are here. Do you remember that? He held his hand out?
He held his hand, but he does that. He needs to make contact. It's like with the books.
No, he was feeling them through the glass.
But he saw them first.
With everything that we've seen, is it really so unlikely that he wouldn't be able to sense them?
Yes. How far can he sense?
I mean, we are usually in pretty close quarters
Yes.
when we're not on a train.
Make me an intelligence roll, because I think you're the only one that saw this.
Okay. 65, exactly my intelligence.
All right. The corpses were doing the same thing to the door.
Oh,
They
the
were-
only one who saw that was.
What do you
I think
we
you're.
we both-
Who?
No,
did-
no,
oh,
Helen.
yeah, that's right. Helen,
Right,
you're the only
yes.
one that saw
Oh.
it. So you make me the intelligence
All right.
roll. Sorry.
I didn't make it.
All right. Yeah.
75.
There's something about like the hand thing.
The hand thing.
Do you
I
want- do you want
say
to-
that? Do I say the
You
hand
you
thing?
can use. You've
Yeah.
got inspiration.
Want to reroll?
Yep, I can.
Yeah.
All right. I'll get a different set of dice.
Thanks to our awesome
Our wonderful
viewers,
thank you so
Thank you.
much.
you've got plenty of inspiration.
Got inspiration for days.
Oh, yes. Now I'm. Yes.
All right. So yeah, they did a similar thing. They stood outside the door, making a hand gesture, kind of like that.
Oh, so tell me, he says, when I heard something, I opened the door and I saw them. They were putting their hands over your car door.
I mean, they were probably doing something fairly similar, feeling for the bowls.
And that's when they saw me. And that's when they came in, and I just stopped. I just shut
Like you
down.
said that they knocked. Never mind, it doesn't matter. Regardless, they got in.
Then how do we keep them from him?
I closed the door.
Do we believe corpses, or do we believe the man who lived for thousands of years in the cave?
Well, and that's sort of where I'm at with this question, because every time in the last 20 minutes that someone has said don't trust or don't kill, it has been people who are possessed or corpses.
Or me?
People who are possessed. Look, what? You don't trust him because he's keeping things from you.
Yeah. You should watch him more
Have you
closely.
asked him?
Oh
He's
yeah, I've been trying to
usually-
get information. He's been keeping it.
He's usually a font of whatever he knows, if you ask the right question.
No, and I
What-
very
what-
carefully take out the book, angle the bag towards me, and take the I need it here. Thank you.
Squirrels?
Squirrels.
Where are the bowls?
Do they pop?
You say where the bowl's like like a bag of holding.
I would like to keep them on my person. I have 4 of them. I don't want to put them
Well,
back into the...
shouldn't we split them up?
How big are they?
Hedge our
So
bets.
they range in size from about a foot wide all the way down to very small,
Okay.
to about, I don't know, 4 inches.
So if I take the 2 big ones and you take the rest of them, that work.
Are you going to tell me about the squirrels? Or are you going to be keeping things from me?
I don't
Because I believe
know
that was
whose
the-
side you are on.
I
Are
believe
you
that
on
the-
Tenzin's side?
I have no reason to not be at this point. You haven't given me any good information as to why I shouldn't be. But the charge that you hold against him is
I
that
push the bowls back down in the bag.
the charge that you are holding against him is that he is keeping things from you. What is different about this?
What, me keeping things from him?
From me?
From you? I don't know whose side you're on. I don't know if you trust
Then
him.
convince me. I have not seen any reason why I shouldn't trust Tenzin. I am open to being convinced, but you haven't given me anything.
Ooh, where to start? Why do you trust him to begin with?
Because
Like, trust isn't freely given. Why do we believe him? But think, you heard him not an hour ago, and what he was telling us to do.
Yes.
What? He was telling you to do something on the train?
No, not on the train. When we get to the charnel ground.
Oh.
The specific bones that we require to make the instruments are
And skin.
children's bones and skin.
I just want to pop in here real quick, since this is a new episode, to once again put a content warning in for
Yes,
any of our listeners. There is some body grossness here with dead bodies and with skeletons and possibly some light cannibalism. So
What?
it could come up.
Oh.
And
I'm
so
not hungry yet.
So I just want to make sure, do what you need to do to take care of yourself. And again, players, the X card and Fade to Black and safety tools are at your disposal as well.
When
Thank
we
you.
are in the charnel grounds, it's not jerky. If it looks like jerky, it's not jerky.
I'm not.
No, does that sound like the sort of thing you do to save the world? Like, stop and think about what he's asking us to do.
He's asking us to use children's bones? What?
To make instruments.
Preferably children who have accidentally died and not murdered.
No, it was murdered.
No, it
No,
was.
no, no.
Well, so murder was the second level.
Yeah.
Accidentally died was the best. Murder was pretty good.
Well, I thought one of them was assault, but not with a weapon. For the second one.
It's the second one is someone who was murdered or killed with a weapon. The first one is I died accidentally or of sickness. That's
But kind of a moot point. It's still like,
Yeah.
step
there's
back,
some creepy stuff.
Look at what we're being asked to do. Is this the sort of ritual that you do to save the world? Sort of. That's the
I mean,
meta.
yes.
Yeah. They're already
It
dead.
would.
We don't have to kill anything, right?
Well, I mean,
they're already
Don't
dead.
have to.
All right, but looking at this from an archaeological perspective, there are
Oh, thank you.
a lot of records of rituals that require this sort of thing. Egyptians had them. The Aztecs and the Mayans had this sort of thing, where people's hearts were literally being ripped out on an altar. We're not being asked to do any of that, but that was things that they did that they believed could save the world. And I, for the moment, believe him because he had the wall of the stories, of our stories, some things that had already happened that he had no way that he could have known. But it was there, painted on the wall,
Why does that make him trustworthy?
because he knows what's going to happen or what could happen.
Why does that make him trustworthy?
Because he's trying to save the world.
So he says, what
saved
makes him
us.
trustworthy? From what?
But
When?
he got us out of the horrible place.
Which horrible place.
What?
With all
You're
the
gonna have to
paintings
be
and
more
the eyes.
specific.
Yeah, true. No.
No, he didn't. No, we left. We
He
didn't
had nothing
need
to
him
do
that.
with
do
the
that.
eyes.
He hasn't done anything. We're just taking him at his word. And now he's telling us to make instruments out of corpses.
Yes, he told us that months
Yeah,
ago.
yes.
And you're just now raising this
no, I'm
concern with
not.
us.
I didn't think I'd have to raise it.
Why
I
not?
didn't know we were on a different wavelength.
Apparently, we very clearly are.
But I also don't fully comprehend this whole end of the world thing.
Well, and then what was this thing about children that you were saying? Because bones, people who've been dead for a long time. You make
Yes,
things-
for some reason the ritual prefers young 16-year-old.
So one important distinction is that they can have been dead for a long time. it just needs the bones of
Well,
someone who died young.
But also the skin.
The skin is the harder part.
Yeah.
Yes. The skin is more challenging.
It does need that, though.
Yes.
For the drum.
what I would like to address is Eugene says, whose side are we on? What are the sides? There is the Tenzin says the King of Fear.
Yes.
It's some horrible god entity that wants to destroy the world.
So
Or-
there's essentially there are two dueling forces. Shambhala, which is the land of living fire, and Agartha, which is the land of living light. And Tenzin is telling you that he is working to... The King of Fear is from Shambhala, and the King of Fear is trying to... you're coming to an end of the era when there's going to be an ending of the world and then a new world, and depending on which side sort of takes precedence, it's either a world of devastation and sadness or a world of peace and plenty. And he's saying that Shambhala and the King of Fear are trying to force their way to cause this to happen early. And he believes that he has been told and sent 1,000 years ago that to end this ritual, one of you has to kill him. That to sort of seal the gate of to Shambhala.
So, with that knowledge that we just all got. So, are you either you are working for Shambhala, or you don't think Tenzin is actually working for the light?
To be honest, I don't know, but I haven't been given a reason to trust him yet. I'm watching him.
I don't think we
And
know.
all of you should be watching him.
I don't think we know enough lore about any of this.
We need more books.
Or we can ask him. I mean, your concern.
He can say anything he wants.
That's true. I mean,
Your concern is that he's keeping things from us, right?
among other things, I haven't been given a reason to trust him yet.
Well, then why don't we ask him?
But
He's just going to say whatever he's. If he's lying, he's going to keep lying. We need. I agree. We need to find external information. We need to put this together ourselves.
Well, but now you're coming at this from the assumption that he's lying.
No, I'm coming at it from the assumption that we don't know. You're assuming that he's trustworthy. Whatever he says, we're just going to trust it.
He's been alive for 1,000 years, apparently. So
he also
What about that makes him trustworthy?
a lot more experience than any of us.
Well,
also-
the King of Fear, how long has the King of Fear been alive for? Do you trust him? He has much more experience than we do.
No, because it's right there in the name, King of Fear. I kind of would like the King of Fear not to win.
That's just bad.
What if he changes? What if he lies about his name? Then we can trust him. What if he says his name is Tenzin?
I'm the king of balloons.
is
King of
the,
Balloons.
the question is the messenger, whoever this other side is, the messenger sent corpses.
And has been possessing people, and has been like I don't know, but I would. Maybe this is what I'm taking on faith, that all of the bad things that have been happening have been the King of Fear trying to waylay us, trying to stop us, maybe even set us against each other.
Well, they didn't kill me.
And there have been corpses. There were the people possessed. You saw them too.
They seem like pacifist corpses.
They threatened to snap her neck if I didn't give them the bowls.
Oh, that's not very pacifist.
So, no, I'm not going to put them in the pacifist camp, thank you very much.
Okay. Could have been
I'm not-
bluffing. Could have just been lying corpses, but
Well, it's entirely possible. I'm not going to say that you're wrong. Not at all. We've worked well together, and I also want the truth. But looking at the balance of evidence so far that I have been presented, everything that has been against us has been vampires, has been the jumping vampire thing, has been the walking corpses, has been people possessed. And standing against them is someone who seems to have a great deal of power to be able to walk through the Himalayas without wearing shoes. Which tells me that he has a great deal of power.
Okay, that makes me more concerned with him and the possibilities. I'm trying to recall, has he ever done anything to help us?
I mean, not really.
Yeah, okay.
But, you know, he's also of the...
And he woke us up at 1 a.m. So...
I mean, he's kind of Yoda.
Rest my case.
You know, he's kind of like he's kind of disappointed if he has to help you.
If we were asleep, the walking corpses would have woken us up at 1 a.m. as well.
And possibly gotten away with the moles because we would have been not awake.
Trust me, I smelled them. They would have woken us up.
We would have woken up, throwing up, disoriented, frightened. Since we were already awake. I don't know. I am willing to be convinced that there is something wrong, but I'm not going to walk in saying, you know, he's lying to me, which seems to be the position that you're coming from.
I didn't say he was. Well.
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did.
You did.
He's keeping lie of omission. He's keeping things from me.
Well, then
he
why?
Is keeping things from me. I've tried to dig. He dodges. He avoids.
What have you tried to get from him?
And I had the book. I took the book out first, right? So I have the book. This book. There's information in this book.
Okay.
This is a book about Shambhala.
Every time he talks about the book, like his eyes get this weird shadow in them. It's like...
Yeah, they just gloss over with pure black. And, wait, what?
No, but just like the bag, like every time he this book, like the bags under his eyes get highlighted a little.
What is that book?
This is the book of Shambhala.
So,
You have a book of darkness.
This was the book from the temple. This tells us. I'll go through. I'll regurgitate information from it.
Mm-hmm.
So according to this book, Shambhala is the good side of all this. Good is the wrong word. Shambhala is one of the paths in this that can be taken, and it talks about sort of the history of it. It talks about the first king of Shambhala asked Sakyamuni Buddha to teach him the ways of Dharma without forcing him to renounce all worldly practices. And Sakyamuni Buddha delivered a sermon that later became like a whole thing, he convinced them to give up all worldly. He convinced them to follow Buddhism and its better stance. And so they had what's called the Kalachakra Tantra, and they became the guardians of this Tantra. It seems like they're connected with Vishnu in many ways, but Vishnu is the one who, with Kali, is going to end the world. And again, with a very sort of Hindu Buddhist or Hinduism feel to this of, the world ending is neither a good nor a bad thing.
It just is.
It is. It is the end of a cycle.
But but my impression was if we could learn more about this would give us a better idea of what's actually going on.
Yeah, possibly.
That's why this is the key, and that's why I was kind of thrown off. Like, this is evil. I'm like, is this evil? This isn't evil, right? That was.
It's defending Shambhala, which we have been under the impression is evil.
No, I haven't been under the impression that Shambhala is evil, but that he's imprisoned there.
The king of fear is held in Shambhala, and he's trying to get out early.
That's kind of like hell.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, these are all, there's a lot of value judgments that are not in the text here. Sure. There's not like.
Do we roll theology to
what language is this in?
Out?
What language
that book was in
Chinese.
Yeah, that book is in Chinese. Yeah.
Okay, not as much as I can read it as much.
And in your readings of it, so you fumbled when you were reading it. That's how you learned the kids. That's how you made the kids.
No, the kids was from the scroll at the other town.
Okay, you're right. Yeah.
I made this roll, and you told me that if I focus on it, I'll actually learn something.
Yeah.
And he was keeping me from it. That's
that's
steering me away from learning the knowledge in this
yes,
book.
yeah. Tenzin, that's right. Tenzin, that's right. This is not the scroll. This is the book. Yes, Tenzin, like because you went to Tenzin for help.
Yeah.
You and he was like, I'm not sure you should be reading this.
Yeah.
All right.
He was squirrely.
Yes.
Will you let me read this?
Oh, yeah. Oh, almost too eagerly.
Yeah.
Book is.
I'll take it from,
right.
from him.
So yeah, you can start reading
Hold
that.
on, let me get the notes for you.
Yes,
There's
please.
some very good.
Because I mean, if there is something in here that will help us figure out more about what's going on, I very much want to know.
And I have.
I'm not your enemy here, Eugene. I promise you that.
No, I don't. I'm just being careful with this information until we know what's going
So
on.
like 20 pages of little handwriting, cribbed notes he passes over to you. He has been, he has gone through it very.
Share what you find with me.
Of course.
So the rest of your train ride passes blissfully, uneventfully.
I do let Helen know that I have the staff.
I was going to ask, but
And
thank
do
you.
we get potpourri from the something to deal with?
They will actually
broken
take
window being open.
at the next stop. They take the body is removed.
Excellent.
And it seems like they have not, like, your excellent charm work with the guy means that you're kind of not connected with all. It's just a shame it happened to such a nice English lady.
Which is exactly why I was taking the lead on that one, because it's like there's a prejudice in my direction.
How did they figure out? Because the question is, how did someone get these incredibly foul-smelling corpses, or just the one at least, onto the train without them knowing? Is just like.
Is anybody going to go check on Tenzin at all or anything? He's just sitting. As far as you know, like when you left, he just went and sat back down and kind of had the same blissful look on his face.
I haven't seen him, and I think we should let him know what's happened.
He did say that it was a walking corpse. He told us what it was.
Oh.
So he knew and sent us to deal with it.
Oh, well, that's... Thank you. I have to thank him then.
Because
That's-
then we wouldn't have known.
Don't mention the squirrels. And go to bed.
Yeah, I just said, yeah.
I'm also going to go to bed, but when I wake up, I want to start reading.
Okay.
Here we go.
So you're gonna
Start
go.
reading the
So you're
book.
gonna go like tonight.
Yes.
All right.
I'm not going to sleep, I don't think.
All right. The poor guy is
Yeah.
like, you come out, and the poor guy there is like, "Can I help you, ma'am?"
Yes, I need to talk to my friend.
Someone in the third class.
Yes.
Very well, ma'am. Come with me.
Thank you.
And he will lead you into the third class, and you look in the window and you see Tenzin sitting there cross-legged with his eyes closed, and the guy will go, is that who you wish to
Yes,
speak with?
please.
All right. And he'll go and he'll tap him on the shoulder, and Tenzin, like before he taps him on the shoulder, Tenzin's eyes open and he just makes eye contact with you.
Oh, that's creepy.
And he's like, and he'll
I was hoping he'd get all angry. Do you know what time it is? Why are you waking me up?
he pops up and he comes out.
Yes, we will stand in the...
And he just smiles.
I said, and I'll look around. It's like, thank you so much for letting my friends know that I was in trouble.
You were in trouble?
They said you said that there was the walking corpses.
Yes, I could tell there was some pisacha.
Pisacha. Okay, yes, they came in, and they were looking for the bowls. And they held me, but luckily they came back and were able to help. And he's just staring at me and smiling.
Yeah, he's just...
That doesn't bother you at all? That these things came?
You handled them, yes?
They handled me a lot more than I handled them.
This was an experience to learn from.
What should I have? What do I learn? That there's walking corpses in the world?
You've learned that you have overcome this struggle. Surely that says something about your makeup.
The one thing they did say, over and over and over, is, like they're saying, don't kill Kalsong, don't kill Tenzin. They're saying, don't kill.
Of course, the King of Fear does not. He knows that if I am ritually killed by one of you, that will seal him, and that will end the cycle. And the world will be saved. It will be a golden age.
But then these things keep coming after us, right? No matter where we go. These things are going to keep coming after us.
Yes.
You've got to get us more prepared for this. This is not... We don't have enough. We don't have enough things. We don't have
And
enough
how
play.
would I prepare you?
Do you have...
Would you like me to teach you magics that can level mountains, call lightning at your whim?
You have all that?
Do I?
Are there any other books or anything like that that we could look at that would help us with some of the information of how to deal with all of this? It's what I do.
After the charnel ground, we will head to Dirge in Tibet, a great library.
That's what the great library is. And,
I have a question for you.
yes.
When you were in school, did your teachers take the tests for you?
No.
Think on that.
But they did provide me information so I could pass the tests. They were the ones who gave me the books. They were the ones who gave me the lectures. They were the ones who gave me the information that allowed me to pass the tests.
You read the books. You did the work.
It still feels like I don't have enough to pass the final.
And
Teacher.
would you like me to make this easy?
I didn't ask for it to be easy.
Shall I carry you the rest of the way?
I didn't ask for that. I just asked for more information.
If this journey is to be successful, it will not be because I give you the answers to a test.
Nobody said anything about answers. I never asked you to, oh, please tell me everything about the answers. But we need more information. That's what we do. We collect information, and that will help us. If we just wander around after you, that doesn't help.
I've told you everywhere we're going.
Fine. All right, I'm gonna go.
What more information would you like? Ask me anything.
All right. Shambhala.
He pulls out another peach.
Yeah. Shambhala. Is that like hell?
What is hell?
Oh, you don't know the Christian faith.
Shambhala is a place. It's beautiful. Shambhala is a wonderful place that is unfortunately ruled by the King of Fear. And the gates of Shambhala are as much to keep people in as they are to keep them from getting out. The King of Fear controls. The King of Fear does what you want me to do. He gives his pawns great power in the hopes that his pawns will carry the day.
So is that how you feel like of us? We're pawns?
I am the pawn. The pawn's job is to be sacrificed.
For the Queen's gambit. Well, get some more rest. I know I'll need some more before we get there.
If you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer in a parable that will not answer your question.
Apparently. That's it. I just walk off. Done.
Tenzin's a punk.
He's Yoda. Think about Yoda on Dagobah. Like when imagine the sound and the face he makes when he raises the X-wing, when Luke like gets super whiny. That's Tenzin all the time. I could do it at any moment, but why aren't you doing it? So yeah, you go back. And you spend a night on the train, and you make it to Patna, and then it's just a short ride to Rajgir on a small commuter train, where you can actually sit with Tenzin. There are no classes on this train. It's a small train, and Tenzin will spend the whole time like asking how this train is different, and like. He's very interested in how narrow gauge versus all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't know anything about this stuff. I'm just reading the book.
Make me a Chinese roll.
Okay.
I can answer some of his questions at least.
You know what's interesting? It specifically says when he's asking the questions, like if someone tells him there are demons of fire and all this stuff, he'll just be like, I'm not a child. And so he really appreciated when you like actually would talk about the mechanics of things and that sort of thing.
42 is a regular success.
Okay, yeah, you feel like you're making some headway.
Mm-hmm. And comparing the notes that Eugene gave me from what he was learning.
Do you have that Shambhala handout?
I have
here.
Maybe, I don't know if I have the Shambhala one. I have...
So you get all of that for sure. But that's your initial thing you get. So yeah, as you are heading to Rajgir, Tenzin will tell you of. So he tells you a story about a demon, an awful demon named Rudra, and
I say I'm not a child. I'm not the child.
But this actually happened.
I'm sorry, what was the demon's name?
Rudra. But he does laugh when you say I'm not a child. Rudra was the reincarnation of a Buddhist practitioner who perverted the teachings of the Tantra to his own ends. Eventually, after many terrible battles, the demon was slain, and his body was cut into 8 pieces, which were carefully placed across India. His head, his heart, his navel, his genitals were positioned at the cardinal points, while his limbs were laid at the primary intercardinal sites.
I want to roll feng shui on this.
Go ahead, yeah.
So it looks like it's actually opposite. That Shambhala is heaven,
According to that book.
according to this book.
He's got it all wrong. I don't know anything.
From each part of his corpse sprang a great tree of a different species, and around these trees grew the 8 great charnel grounds of ancient India. This is going to be a name to pronounce. The Astamahasmashana are the name of is their word for charnel grounds. Although the locations of the most of the fabled 8 great charnel grounds have been lost to time, Hun Tswang claims that Rajgira was home to Sitvana, one of the greatest of them. The wandering monk relates a strange tale of how the inhabitants of a nearby city were plagued by non-human creatures who kept burning down their houses. The king insisted that anyone that lost their home in this way should build it again on the site of the cool grove, Sitvana. When the royal residence burnt down, he built a palace, a great palace, on Sitvana's sacred ground. That's the town, hence the town's original name, and the name I knew it under, Rajagriha, the house of the king. Over time, Rajagira has abbreviated first to Rajgriha, and now simply Rajgir. And so, we will find Sitvana, and there we will look for the bones that we require to make the instruments.
Not it.
I sense that there are those among you who have doubts about this quest and your role in it. And I understand that an undertaking like this is difficult. But I am here, and I will answer any questions you have.
What will happen when we fail? If we fail?
What's this win?
Well, then, is it, I want to make sure I say this right, the Kali Yurga?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Then, if we are not successful, the Kali Yurga will occur, but the world that is birthed will be a dark and terrible place. If we are successful, a dark and terrible place ruled over by the King of Fear. It will bend to his will. On the other hand, when you'd kill me, the Kali Yurga will occur, and a golden age, centuries of peace and abundance.
The Kali Yurga is the cycle.
The Kali Yurga is the end of the cycle. Kali is the goddess of transition. I'm sure you know her as the goddess of death.
The one with all of the arms?
Yes. In our faith, remember, death is merely another step on the journey.
And what happens if we stop the cycle altogether?
The cycle does not stop.
It will continue on.
Yes, if I am not killed in the ritual, the Kali Yurga will occur, and the King of Fear will bend. The world will bend to his will.
So there's no way to stop the Kali Yurga.
I fear, once again, that in talking about the world ending, we have the cycle has happened many, many times. The world ends in the same sense that in our belief, someone dies. It's just another step on the journey. It is not. There's no cataclysm. You might not even notice.
When the last Kali Yuga happened, did it happen the way that you want it to? Was it what was the King of Fear held off? Was it
Yes.
a golden age?
Yes,
And when was that?
centuries ago, long before I was born.
And now it's coming to an end again.
Yes, and as it comes to an end, things fray, and so now you see, but it's happening early. That is the problem. The King of Fear is trying to jump the line.
So the fraying is the reason why we've had things like a world war.
Yes. A Great Depression,
What?
a famine, a flu, a pandemic. All of these things.
But the last 1,000 years have not, or hundreds of years have not been peaceful. I study history. There's been horror and death and destruction on all sorts of levels, not just in the last couple of decades.
There is no perfect world.
But it could have been worse
Yes.
than.
Yes, if things bend to the will of the King of Fear, then every day is a world war. There is no call for peace. There is only misinformation and anger.
Has there been an era where the king succeeded?
Only in mythical times.
Is that after dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs aren't real.
Wait, did you just say dinosaurs are not real?
I don't believe in them.
But we have bones.
You have to take him to a real museum.
Yes.
Well, to be fair, we are learning more and more about them all of the time, so there's a lot there.
Dimitri just switched sides.
He doesn't believe in dinosaurs.
I wondered. I'm gonna look over at Eugene and just kind of like raise an eyebrow slightly.
I trust all of you, and you keep things from me. I'm fine with that,
What?
because I know we all have a role to play in this.
Almost wondering.
Things.
Gwendolyn has like the book on her. She's ready to like explain this part to me.
But I do have the book on me because I would have been sitting reading it and just like close it on my lap.
It's like I told you what happened the other night. How are you saying we're keeping things from you? I don't understand. I talked to him last night and told him what happened to me and how the terrible things and
Yes, you were quite forthcoming.
No, I'll not insult you. There are things that we aren't telling you.
There are things you do not need to tell me, or things you do not wish to tell me.
That is part of being human, isn't it?
Yes.
Are you human?
Yes. 1,023 years ago, I sat down to meditate in that cave. And I have woken up one day of every 7 years to take a bite of a peach.
And make a painting? Or is that more recent?
That started more recently.
If only we had taken a picture of that wall. That would. Yeah.
Gwendolyn would loudly object to that because the flash would have caused damage.
I only ask that you see the journey through and that you see this as an opportunity to, oh man, what is the term is,
Christ-ertunity.
no, there's a term for dying in Buddhism but moving forward. I think it's Moskva. But let me see if I can find it.
No, that sounds more like a
Ship
that
sank
exploded.
to-
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
I was gonna say
Moskva is also
Hinduism.
the Russian word for Moscow.
Right.
Moskva.
That was the ship.
Oh, man,
Must be.
what?
I could totally be wrong.
It is Moksha,
Moksha. Okay. Close enough.
which is basically your travel on the path to nirvana. And every challenge that you face is an opportunity for growth. And Helen, yesterday, asked me for help, for more information, and I will give you the information that I think is appropriate, but if we are to succeed, and if this journey is to truly bear fruit, I must let you do what you are capable of. If I could snap my fingers right now and we could be in Dirge, but
Sorry, the look on Nick's face made me laugh.
but that would leave out important and valuable experience. The journey is the steps. The journey is not the destination. The steps will be what prepare you for the final destination.
So we need to be scared, and we need to be...
Excited. This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity to take one more step towards nirvana. I cannot wait for one of you to plunge that dagger into my chest.
Wait, it has to be a dagger?
Yes.
Does it have to be a specific dagger or just any old?
Well, that's what the scroll will tell us.
Yes.
That's why we must go to Dirge.
There was a dagger that was in the...
Yeah?
Was it?
Yeah.
Bad news, guys. We all have to go back.
Tiger had that, right? Pops out of the bag.
We kept part of Tiger.
That's where all the flayed skin went. Oh, we can use that.
Oh, hey, that's what we used to make the drum.
Tiger was a little young.
You know what? You work with what you got.
Now, let me teach you all something. And he pulls out his melong. This is an object of great power.
Demetrius is gonna kind of back away because he's
Helen's
not
leaning in.
gonna get involved.
With this mirror, wherever you hold it up and you look into it, the reflection will be the past. Now, it can be challenging in areas, for instance, cities. There is so much past that the image is often very convoluted. But in places that have not changed in quite some time, you will see it as it was.
And you've never seen a dinosaur in there.
I've never seen a dinosaur.
I think you should look for a dinosaur.
Maybe I'll look for a book about them.
Well, we can show you a skeleton of one.
I would love to see that.
Please tell me there is some sort of...
Yeah, you can find a natural
I'll say
history museum.
Smithsonian,
I
right?
mean, in New
not
Delhi,
in our way.
I know.
in Calcutta or New
Yeah,
Delhi.
yeah.
Totally.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we can make a bit of a detour.
Books teach you books teach you the easy way. Life teaches you the hard way.
You sound like my father.
Books have a point of view.
Yes, books can be biased.
Except
Yes.
for math books.
Yes, well, but they give you information that you couldn't collect yourself if you had multiple lifetimes.
But who is providing the information?
And what is their purpose for providing it?
Yes.
I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say that there's no value in books. That would be incredibly hypocritical of me, but...
The melong shows you the story as it happened.
I'm gonna look for a dinosaur in there. I'm gonna run up. I'm gonna
All
look for a
right,
dinosaur.
Hill, all right.
So fixated.
So he will teach you.
You're going too far back! And then
Oh,
it cuts
man.
to the swirling, and you're like,
Yeah.
you freeze frame, like, whoa!
Now we need the Land of the Lost.
RPG.
Oh, nice.
All right. So he will start to teach you how the melong works. I wonder what will happen on a moving vehicle. This will be interesting.
I get a bag out.
So he tells you to hold it and then look over your shoulder. So you're looking at your reflection, and what you see is going to be reflected over your shoulder. Now close your eyes, take a deep breath, and think of the sound of gently lapping water. All you can hear is the sound of gentle lapping water.
Dinosaur lapping up water.
My head went to a dog laughing.
Dinosaur tongues. Now open your eyes.
I open my eyes and I think 25 million
Make a
years ago.
POW roll.
That's a fail.
All right.
That's a fail.
Did you want to play?
Let's
Yeah.
use a bit. Let's use a bit before.
Got it.
Yeah.
Because it could only
Awkward
Given that
throw.
it's Call of Cthulhu, I want you to see Snake Men.
Odd 4.
All right. So you hear Tenzin say, "It's beautiful," and you see it zooms past, but you see a large dinosaur of some sort, a giant lizard out the window, and Tenzin is just staring at the mirror, his eyes wide.
Does it do anything? Is it eating? Is
Is
it
that
walking?
a dinosaur? Well, again, the train is moving, so it
Okay.
kind of just zooms by. That is the most... And Tenzin hugs you. That is the most amazing thing I have ever seen. And I am over 7,000 dog years old.
I shoot him.
It was supposed to be a dagger!
He is just there are tears in his eyes.
Whoa.
I just saw a dinosaur. I just saw a dinosaur. There was a dinosaur in here.
You saw a dinosaur.
Wait.
It was
I saw it as well.
He was a plant-eating dinosaur. Saw a plant, eating tops of trees. Big,
Yes.
walked on fours.
That's incredible.
Not Stegosaurus.
A brontosaurus?
Brontosaurus.
The big ones.
Yes.
I don't know these words.
No, not Brontosaurus. Those were actually proven to not be real.
Yeah, it was I
Mixed
can't
up
really-
skeletons, yeah.
Somewhere my nephew is clicking his jaw, he still to this day can name every dinosaur.
Make your nephew watch
It was an
this.
plesiosaurus. It was in the water.
Tenzin is just he's just on. You have made today a great day, and he hugs you again.
Completely out of character. There's always something Tenzin does where it's very endearing and I start to warm up, but I wait and he does something just to kill it completely. And I'm just waiting for him to, I don't know what he could do, but this might be the one time.
Make a spot hidden roll.
Oh no.
No, don't do that. This could be
Yes.
the one time I actually warm up to him.
All right.
Do you not want me to?
I'm fine with that. Yeah. He doesn't do anything. He just hugs him, and then he just is
He steals his wallet. And I'm
You showed him something entirely new.
Yeah.
That's
better than a train.
I need to sit down. I hand the
Yeah,
towel
he'll
back
take it
and
back.
sit down.
You know what? I learned something today that even the King of Fear will warm up if he sees a dinosaur.
We should have done that for the corpse voice. Save do not kill Tenzin.
That was all the people in the car.
Yes.
that echo, yeah.
Chefs.
Yeah, Tenzin is kind of he's gonna put the melong away, and he's just sort of sitting there thinking about what he saw, and he is blown away.
Wow.
And so you make it to Rajgir is a fairly modern town. It is the sort of place that has been built upon and built upon and built upon. It's a market town, so there's plenty of hostels and things like that. Tenzin is just looking around, amazed at how many people there are, how bustling it is.
And gently guide him out of the way of,
Right, yeah.
of some vehicle.
And so you get set up for a silver dollar. You have rooms for all of you for a couple days.
Who wants this one?
I think it's. Oh yeah, it's your turn. Okay.
And Tenzin, as the train plug, it says, so now we find Sitavana.
Oh boy. So we're going to be using the mirror to find the appropriate materials? How is that going to work?
You will take the melong to the charnel ground. You will gaze into it. You will angle it towards the bone fields.
Oh.
And you will see the victims.
Oh.
He wouldn't say victims. And you will see the dead bodies. And that will help you identify the appropriate...
Yeah, like
No.
Eugene has a very uncomfortable look on his face.
Yeah.
I don't need to see
I was gonna
that.
say,
Like,
Eugene and I
Is anyone,
are
like-
no.
looks at the. Oh, Pops is comfortable with looking at body, and he knows how to use the mirror.
Yes. Yes.
I can do it. I would very much like to learn how to use this mirror.
Oh, it is magical.
Quite literally, it sounds like.
Yes.
So at the train station, there's the usual guy who's like, in Hindi, he's saying like, you need a hotel, you need anything you need to know about the town, I'll tell you. And so Tenzin just walks up to him and says, "Where's Sitavana?" And the guy treats him respectfully because he's a holy man and he's wearing the raiment as well. And he says, "Oh, I'm sorry, Babu, but I don't know Sitavana. Is that a hotel?" Oh no, it's a charnel ground.
Just waiting for the color to drain out of this young man's face.
Yeah, the guy starts to step away.
Yeah. Tenzin, I suspect that we will be able to find that information. Is there a library in this town at all?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I suspect that we will be able to get a little bit more information from the library, so that we aren't terrifying the people of the town.
Okay.
All right. Yes. Let's.
He'll stay at the hotel if you want. He's fine with staying at the hotel. He does like the library.
I was gonna say I'm more than happy to have him come and run his hand over books with all he wants.
Oh, my Hindi is so bad. This is gonna be
I don't have anything. in
Okay,
Hindi.
I'm really good at that. I
Good.
get 70 in it, so.
That will help for
Yes.
sure. So you get situated, and there's it's after lunch, so you can probably head to the you've got some time to head to the library. So you go and
Very carefully keeping the bowls that I'm allowed to hang on to. I have on my person.
Yeah, the same.
yeah, and you Tenzin is now walking with his staff again. In India, he would be recognized, with that as those are symbols of
Cool.
of a lama, and so every once in a while someone will give him a bow, but they tend to give him a wide berth as well.
Man on a mission.
And
Skulls on staffs.
Well, yes. That too. That'll do it.
As we're walking, just kind of back to the side. I'm like, wait, do these skulls watch us? When we had it in our...
We had it wrapped up.
The ears are gone. Or are there ears on any of them?
no, they're not. There's no skin on any of them.
I'll just kind of give him a deadpan look and say, well, if they were watching us, they know about the squirrels. So I suppose that'll be the true test.
Have you gotten to the squirrel part in the book yet?
I don't think it's in that book, is it?
No.
Because
okay.
that was
That was a scroll.
different, yeah.
Yeah, he's got a scroll.
Gotcha. Okay.
You've got to make serious mistakes to end up with school.
Oh, come on, that's perfect.
Perfect. Serious mistakes.
You've got to make serious mistakes in order to get squirrels.
End up with squirrels.
To end up with squirrels.
squirrels.
Pardon.
Sorry.
Easy needs to.
I almost thought you said scrolls, and I was like, yeah, that too.
Well,
Do I still have that scroll?
I believe.
Or did I send it back with the...
Oh no, you did send it back.
But I
Yeah.
think I have some notes on it, but I don't
Yeah.
think anything that can...
I think those are the notes that I have.
No, I have...
No, there were separate. He translated. He was translating the scroll.
Yeah. And I didn't make any mistakes.
Yeah. Nothing went wrong at all. So you make it to the library, and you can. So are you looking up Ctavana? What are you gonna? You can all do some research.
Kali Yuga, King of Fear,
Yeah,
you
okay.
know.
No, I mean, but things like, history. So if we go to the history and be able to get, the history of this area, I bet
Sure.
you we'd find that. So.
Okay, so you're doing history.
Yep.
Make me a library use roll. We'll
I'm
give us-
gonna look for maps.
All right.
Because I can look at pictures.
Yes. That's an odd 2.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Cha-ching. All right.
Cha-ching. Yeah, that's way hard.
I think I could get back
Critical.
in here at night and get some
Critical,
help
thank
with
you.
these books.
Thank you.
I mean, you don't know. There's probably a night watchman, but
I'm pretty sure he'll have all his skin flayed off. He'll be it'll be fine.
Ew.
I'm sorry, what?
so
Wouldn't actually.
you get in the book. You get. There's more than one charnel ground, or there was more than one charnel ground at Rajagriha. And there's Ctavana, but there was also one where Padmasambhava received knowledge of the Furba, a 3-sided Tibetan ritual dagger from a terrifying scorpion creature.
Oh, wow.
With a terrible visual effects face.
It's like a Harryhausen, like. And it seems like that charnel ground is called Veluvana. Now make me a library use roll for your map thing.
$94.
All right.
Out of base.
They barely have a map of India.
Should we?
My library
No.
use is
All
not.
right, so go ahead.
Mine's pitiful too, but I can always push it by raving like a lunatic about
Yes.
Kali Yuga.
Yes.
I don't think that'll get me thrown out. Okay, let's just see how it. No. Inspiration or push it. Ooh.
We have the inspiration.
Rave
We have
like
inspo.
a
We have
yeah, but
inspo.
I'm not raving like a lunatic with the inspiration.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
That's how you get
There's nothing
inspired.
stopping you.
You could be inspired by.
Yeah, by your raving. Go for
Wait
it.
a minute, I got it. What if
Inspired.
I just started screaming?
All right.
Do it.
All right, use the inspiration. All right.
Yeah.
Roll it again.
The peer pressure. It's
I've
too
got
late.
it. It's too late. Yeah.
I originally said I was only using inspiration if I was making it at a disadvantage.
When did
I
you say
should've-
this?
This is when the show started.
These are the rules. That
Here,
it's-
I can give you one back.
No,
Nick's got-
because it doesn't matter. Crap, I'm sorry, everyone. I failed you. Didn't make it.
All right. So you're like looking for stuff, and you see Tenzin is running his hands over a newspaper, and he says, "Oh my! Have you heard about this Starkweather Moor expedition?
Have I?
Make me an education roll."
No, I refuse.
Wow, that one went a. Nope, you have not.
No.
Oh. Well, it sounds like they're running into all sorts of challenges going to Antarctica.
Who in the right mind would go to Antarctica?
What's Antarctica?
It's a landmass of the South Pole. It's frozen solid.
Oh. What were you studying?
So am I limited by my language here?
Depends on what you're studying.
Yeah.
There's a smaller English language part, but mostly it's Hindu.
Yeah, because I'm looking for. I speak Chinese and English, and those are my two.
There's very little Chinese here.
Okay. I guess I'm looking for any information about the charnel grounds.
Okay. Make me a library use roll.
Feels redundant though, because she already got so much information. I mean, 87. I didn't make it.
Okay. So you find like a almost not quite the World Book, but you find like sort of a Webster's Dictionary defines charnel grounds as.
Sure.
Charnel grounds are often located next to rivers. They are where Buddhist, Hindu, Jain, and Sikh bodies are cremated. If appropriate, according to religious lore, certain corpses cannot be cremated, such as those belonging to holy men and children under the age of puberty, while others, such as those of the poor and unclaimed, simply cannot afford the wood for a funeral pyre. In areas lacking sufficient wood for cremation, bodies are either buried or left out for wild animals to pick clean. Sky burials, such as this, are also part of the Tibetan, Buddhist, and Parsi traditions. For both practical and spiritual reasons, if the charnel ground is next to a river, not only are the ashes of the dead disposed of in the water, but so are some of the corpses not fit for burning.
So with that information, then I would want to have a look at a map and see where the rivers are, because now I know to look for something near rivers.
Yeah. Now, there could have been a river near one 1,000 years ago.
Sure.
But you don't find. Yeah. He was also looking for maps. You don't find any kind of good maps that have the information that you're looking for. Let's see here. Okay. Everybody make me a POW roll.
No.
I've got.
All right, everybody that made the POW roll.
No.
Would anybody like to?
I would like to re-roll that.
I mean, I don't know
I'll
what
give you a
pushing
second,
would
yeah.
be for this because I don't know what.
Pushing for this would be like having a weird sixth sense.
Nope.
Would that be like children whispering to
Yeah.
me?
Yes.
I am going to use some Genspiration.
All right.
on mine.
Okay.
Yeah, if they get my attention, and if it goes wrong and they don't get my attention, they try too hard, something could happen.
I have an 80 in POW, and I rolled a 90 and an 85.
We just got rated by Legends of Antris. I mean, maybe it happened a while ago and I just noticed it, but welcome, Legends of
Good
Antris.
to
Nope.
see ya.
All right. So, so you're the only one who made it.
And I made it.
Make me a
hard.
spot hidden roll, and you get, since you made it hard, you get a bonus die. So
Right.
you hear familiar as a
06.
okay. Why are there's a bunch of dice in there? Oh, because you had a bonus. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 06, outstanding.
I
So
got
you
06 and 26.
you're distracted. You're like, shut up. And they're like, Father, he's here, Father, he's here. You
Yes.
swear that you see hurrying out of the library the curator, Mr. Dar, I think his name was,
Oh.
from the museum in Peshawar.
He was suspect.
And you also have that we're being watched feeling. And that's when you look up and like he is hurrying out. It's a portly Indian, Pakistani man, he would technically be.
Right.
But but you clearly saw him.
I will let my compatriots know.
All right. So, yeah. So
I'll run to the bathroom with the children. And
Okay.
Talk and stuff.
When
Who's
will
here?
they
Who
be
what?
together?
one of the Tokabaya was here.
What is a tokabaya?
Father.
Do I actually know what a tokabaya is?
I don't know if you've heard that term,
I don't think so.
but
Roll occult?
roll Chinese. All right.
Not familiar with that one.
They'll just say, one of the children of fear was here.
Roll credits.
Yeah. Okay. I'll run out after you've already told
Right.
everyone. One of the children of fear is here.
Tenzin will go, Tokabaya was here? I should have felt it.
Sorry, what did you say, Helen?
I really shouldn't read the newspaper.
the-
It's
the-
very engrossing.
The curator from the museum in Peshawar was here. He ran out.
Dar.
Dar.
He was
Tokabaya?
he was suspect. When we asked about the bulls, he was very sketchy.
He knew more about them than he was letting on.
Yes.
Well, it's a good thing we have the bowls.
Yes.
Indeed.
So he is after us or after the bulls?
Yes.
Will they Tokabaya? Will they hurt us?
Yes.
Oh, goody.
So we hurt them before they hurt us.
What
I want to look up Tokabaya
What is a Tokabaya?
Yeah, I want to look up Tokabaya now.
You don't find anything about those. There's a little bit, maybe you seem to remember the word from the book you're reading,
Oh, okay.
but you can't right now remember where you saw it. But the word is familiar to you.
I'll make a mental note to check the book
somebody
when we get
just
back to
said-
the hotel.
Somebody just said Children of Fear, right?
That's the name of the module.
No. Did an NPC say that?
To you.
Yeah.
And do you come out and
No,
say?
I said that because
right.
I don't know what it's
Never
about.
mind.
Right.
So I
Yeah,
said
he
one
just
of
says one of the children of fear. And Tenzin then said, one of the
But
Tokabaya is here?
Yeah.
The
Gotcha.
weird chain of translation
Yeah.
this.
It's like an accurate game of telephone.
Wow.
It's one of those things you can. Never mind.
Well, the Tokabaya are the generals. The 7. So, how long ago? How many years ago? 300. How long ago was this? As long as it was a thing. During the kingdom's last war, many eons ago. 3. There are 7 generals, the Tokabaya, the children of fear. 3 of them were trapped on Earth the last time the gate was closed. And they have spent uncounted eons spreading lies and destruction and trying to bring the king and his domain back.
Mr. Dar was a curator at a small museum.
Peshawar.
Keeping watch over the bowls.
Well, you met him.
Right. Yes, you. Oh, that's what was fishy. He was distracted by you. Noticed you.
Well, I am very attractive.
No.
See, there's the thing. That's the kind of thing that.
Tenzin knows he's good looking. And he's still, in some ways, he's still 24. I don't know, have I ever shown you guys the picture of Tenzin?
I don't think so.
No.
Let's see.
Didn't we?
I don't remember anyway, but
don't remember.
my brain is.
Barely remember his name. And I
don't
won't.
remember his
And I won't next week.
Tenzin.
Sorry, what?
Where is he?
Where is he? All right.
So that's Tenzin.
Oh, okay.
He's alright.
Well, who's next to him?
Oh, you'll find out.
Oh, geez.
Of course we will.
Oh, wait, the overhead camera's on. That's Tenzin.
It'll be upset. Okay. I don't know if it's that. It's not on that fast. It takes a little bit to
I see.
hit the right buttons.
So, Tenzin says, well, I mean, that the children can, I mean, they may have gained great powers. They have been on this plane for eons.
Right. So, I suppose the question is, what do we need to know about them? Or what do you know about them that you are able or willing to pass on?
I know there are 3,
All right.
and that they work in shadows. They have built, they prefer to take advantage of eternity. And so they set long-ranging plans in motion.
Ah.
But they're cowardly. They are mortal, and they can be killed. And so they value their own lives greatly.
Good to know. So that means that they are perhaps less likely to go into direct conflict?
Yes, they prefer to act through intermediates.
Like perhaps walking corpses sent into a train compartment in the middle of the night.
That does seem like something they would do.
All right. Well, I suppose there's not many ways to prepare for that besides keeping our eyes open.
If we see this man again, we will know to do whatever it is you do. I am not a fan of violence myself, but it can have its purposes.
I'm a researcher, I'm a professor. It's not really... I can shoot a gun, but it's not my preferred action for anything.
I'm a Buddhist. I honor all life.
Even when it's trying to kill you.
No, this is, once again, back to your teacher. This is the oldest Buddhist story in the book. There are times when violence is the honorable choice. If I am on a ship and I know that a murderer will kill everyone on the ship, if I kill the murderer, I have saved all of those other lives.
That makes sense.
However, it is dangerous to approach every question from that standpoint. If you come at every issue thinking that the solution, that the ends justify the means, then that is not a path to nirvana.
When you have a hammer, every problem looks like a nail.
Yes, that. May I use that?
Oh, please.
That is
I borrowed it from one of my teachers.
That is an excellent aphorism. Yes, that's exactly right.
Back to the books.
So that's pretty much what you've gotten today. It's getting dark. You head back to the hotel, to your hostel. It's not really a hotel. It's not bad. It's not up to your standards, but it's not as nice as the train.
A
And
little extra observant on the way.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Get dinner along the way. Maybe take a more circuitous route back to the hostel.
Get a backup hostel.
Honestly, not the worst idea.
Keep watches.
I mean, you all have your own rooms at this time.
In a
This
hospital.
one.
Some hostels have that.
Yeah.
I've stayed in hostels like that.
Oh.
You pay more for it, but
The night passes uneventfully. And on that note, that's going to do it for tonight's episode. With an uneventful night.
we're not ending on a cliffhanger. What? Who are you and what have you done with Ezra?
Thank you so much for all of your bits. YouTube, for your likes and your subscriptions. If you haven't done it, YouTube, click that subscribe button for all of Quests and Chaos awesome content. Speaking of our awesome content, it's a full week. Monday, we've got Nat 1 back here. That'll be James's birthday celebration.
Sure.
Will it?
I don't know. I mean,
Someone bring a cake.
yeah.
It's only 2 days after his birthday. That makes sense.
I want a cake. So Monday, it's Nat 1. Everybody in the chat, make sure you yell at James and say happy birthday. Tuesday, it's the Chaos Agents. Anybody's birthday? Can we get a cake for that one too? I just want cake.
We ended on a cliffhanger last time, though,
We did.
with an axe being hurled into the darkness.
Ooh, somebody attacked the darkness?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Was there a gazebo?
There was a voice that said something about, you found something interesting, that got the axe thrown at
There you
it.
go. And then Wednesday, Redacted Reports and a new episode of Keep the Game Moving. And then Saturday, we are back here to find out what happens when a night passes uneventfully. Dun, dun, dun. Let's see, our quotes from this time. An entire chapter burns through us. We didn't even start the chapter this time. That was a little...
That sounds about right.
Is it throw up? It's been a while since dinner. These belong in a museum in the last town we were in. It smells like death in there. Hand over hand comedy gesture. Love that one.
That was a good one.
Would you believe you're having a dream? No. I think my choice right now is helpful magic squirrels.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Skulls on staffs. And you've got to make serious mistakes to end up with squirrels, which is also good, but a little long.
Yeah.
I think helpful magic squirrels is.
Yes.
That'll get Rachel to watch. She'll be
Squirrels.
100% there.
Wow.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Patreon. Don't forget, after this, we have Last Call of Cthulhu coming for the after show and for all of our Patreons. Don't forget our Discord, which is out there and awesome. And I think that's going to do it. So goodbye, Internet friends.